Kerry Austin, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Kerry Austin.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was June the 4th, 2003. 34-year-old African-American pastor and businessman Nico Padillo was shot and killed at point-blank range while waiting in front of Burroughs Elementary School for his niece to get out of school. Madam Contest Chair, by a show of hands, how many of you have never been to an African-American funeral before? Just so you know, there's a big difference between an African-American funeral and any other kind of funeral. 2 years ago, a Caucasian lady on my job died. Her funeral was on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock. We started at 11 o'clock, and believe it or not, we were out by 11:37. That means I still had time to go buy Kentucky Fried Chicken, to get a 3-piece chicken meal, and make it back to work before my lunch hour was over. Nico Padillo died, and his funeral was also on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock. But at 4 o'clock, I was still wondering, when are we going home? I guess that's why African Americans don't call them funerals, they call them homegoings, because you don't know when you going home. One of the problems was the preacher. He talked slow, he repeated himself, and then he would hack. He said, let the church say, amen. Ha! Let the church say, amen again. Ha! Really? Oh my goodness, no wonder we were there all day. And on top of that, 12 different people stood up to speak behind their microphone. And everybody kept asking the same question. Why is he gone? Why is Nico gone? And they kept asking the same question until the presiding bishop stood up to speak. And I'll never forget what he said. He said, the question is not why is he gone? No, that's not the question. The question is, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Mark Twain said the 2 most important days of our life, the day we were born and the day we found out why. We have 3 things in common with Nico. He had a past, he had a present, and he had a future. In the past, that's where he discovered his purpose. Purpose is defined as the original intent for why something is created or someone is born. Dr. Miles Monroe said, the saddest thing in life is not death, but it's going through life without a purpose. And until purpose is known, all we're doing is experimenting. But remember this, that the purpose for the thing always comes before the thing. For example, the purpose for the ink pen came before the ink pen because the purpose for the ink pen was already in the mind of the ink pen inventor prior to the ink pen being invented. Nico's job was not his purpose, and his purpose was not his job. Your job is what you're paid for, but your purpose, that's what you were made for. He had passion in the present. I mean passion in the present. Nico was a businessman and an entrepreneur. That was his present. His present was his gift, and his gift was to the world. Your gift is something you love. It's something you'll do for free. And it's something that you love more than anything else. And can't nobody else do it like the way you do it when you do what you do when you do it. Everybody has a purpose, and everybody has a gift. Even Colonel Sanders did one thing, right? Chicken. Somebody say chicken. Ha! And it's finger licking good. Now he had passion in the present. But the future is packed with potential. Potential is untapped power and uncapped capability. It's what you can be, but you haven't been yet. It's what you can do, but you haven't done yet. And you can have all the potential in the world, but it's worth nothing until you release it. It reminds me of a story that I read in a book, See You at the Top, about a balloon salesman in downtown New York City or Chicago. He would release all these balloons up into the air when business got slow. The crowds would come around and business would pick up. Well, one day when he released all those balloons into the air, in the midst of the crowd that came around, there was one little African-American boy that walked up to the salesman and tapped him on the leg. He said, "Sir, I see you releasing all those balloons into the air. I saw red, white, yellow, blue, green, but I never saw a brown balloon go up." He said, "If you released a brown balloon, would it go up into the air also?" And the salesman just looked down at the little boy and he smiled. He said, "Of course it would. Because it's not the color of the balloon that makes it go up, but it's what's on the inside." So it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, your background, your color, your creed, your origin, or your ethnicity. No, it doesn't matter. What's on the inside is what matters. It doesn't matter if you're tall or short, skinny or fluffy. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is what's on the inside. And I believe in this room today, trapped on the inside of every one of you, is the ability to be more, do more, have more, achieve more than you ever have before in your life. The question still remains. It's not, why is Nico gone? No, that's not the question. The question is, why are you still here?